Let me pivot to marketing and promoting, because we were talking before. You're going out and you're doing school. You travel and then you do a bunch of school visits in a row. So how much of your time are you spending promoting, and what are you finding to be, aside from obviously being on this podcast, what are you finding to be the most successful forms of marketing for your books?
I love social media. I've been on Twitter since 2008. And I have loved Twitter because I love the word limit. I feel I use it also. I've started using it a long time ago as a writing discipline, a writing practice, because you have to say what you want to say in a small number of words. And I never use acronyms. I never use emojis. I say what I want to say with nouns and verbs, so I can showcase my voice. So it's become sort of a daily writing practice to tweet. I don't tweet a lot, but when I tweet, I try to say with my voice to show my craft and take my craft, even improve my craft via tweet, which has been great for picture books especially. So that just started out as fun. It started out more on the vocation side of it. Like, I'm going to play with words. I'm going to get on social media and play with words. I'm going to caption my photos. It just became playtime for me. And I found that really fun. What ended up happening was it did showcase my voice. People originally maybe think of me as a multicultural writer, Indian, ethnic, and then they realize, hey, she's kind of funny, maybe. According to my boys, no, but according to me, yeah, I can be funny. And or she likes a wide range of things, and she's got these interests, and she's just wider than maybe just being that Asian American writer that's multiculti, good for whatever. That I can detokenize myself, which is really liberating, and showcase all of me on those channels. And what has happened is it's become a fantastic publicity and marketing tool. I've been able to really reach tons of parents, teachers, librarians, and for the middle grade, of course, the kids aren't on there as much. But with Instagram, I've been able to reach teens, and so I feel like it's been just a fabulous gift to me. I didn't really feel like I've climbed up the backside of the hill when it comes to this career. I didn't get a lot of open doors back in the day. I was either tokenized or just sort of, I don't know, marginalized maybe back in the day. Now that the doors are more open to writers of color, I still feel like I kind of missed the boat when it comes to being that young, hot new writer that's got that incredible, brand new sort of hot novel. I don't know. I missed that boat. But the great thing about coming up the backside of the hill is you learn really you slow yourself down, and you get these great lessons of how to be yourself and not have to prove to anybody or I don't know. I just feel like I'm so glad I climbed up the backside of the hill. So during those years of rejection, I just played around a lot with social media, and I had a great time, and I made lots of relationships, and now I feel like it's paying off in a great way in the publicity end. I have lots of wonderful relationships in the industry, and I love Twitter. I love Facebook. I love Instagram. I just love it all. I think what a gift to writers. It's a place where words are wielded to influence and to bless and to cheer people up, or what a place we can do that. So I'm all for it. And I think that's probably the number one thing from a marketing, publicity, promotion point of view that has taken my career to the next level, would be all of that I do just for fun on social media. But I'm careful with it, Robert. I think a lot of writers, when they get on there, they take shortcuts. We're writers. We have to be excellent with our craft, no matter where it is. So I would challenge writers always to showcase your best writing, whether it's even captioning an Instagram photo. Make it interesting. Say something that another person who's not a writer would never be able to say, because you are a writer. So you should be able to caption that photo in a much more interesting story-like way than somebody who's not a writer. So that's my challenge to myself, and I love doing that.
But how do you keep that going and keep yourself immersed in it without letting it grow out of hand and take over your life and take over the time you're supposed to be writing your books and all of that?
Sometimes it does, but I try to have good practices. Like I don't take my phone into my app. I turn it off I'd say right after, maybe before bedtime. So probably about 9:00, it's off, and I don't turn it on again until 12 hours later. So I have no notifications on my phone. My phone is very streamlined. Twitter doesn't send me notifications. I don't have any of those. I have those all off. what I do now is I have texts on because my mom has recently learned to text. She's 85, as I said. So she texts me all throughout the day, like what she's doing. So I get texts from her. That's the only notification I get on my phone is text because of my mom. Unfortunately, Robert, something has happened to my mom's keyboard recently because everything she's sending me has umlauts and has Germanized now. She's accidentally turned on the German texting. So she tells me instead of good night, my darling, now she says gute Nacht. She's never spoken a word of German in her life, but so I have to fix that. But that's the only thing my phone does, and it doesn't. And so downstairs where our bedroom is, there's no screens, there's no plugs, there's no computers, there's nothing. It's a serene space, and I keep it like that for 12 hours. So that's my daily practice. And then when I'm writing, I often just turn off the internet. When I'm in the throes of revising, I have to. I have deadlines, so deadlines are really as you are under deadline now, so you know that's motivating. And then I take one day a week off, totally off the internet. So I'd have Sundays I'm just totally off. I just don't do anything. So that gives me the breaks I need because you have to guard your creativity, and the internet will suck it right out of you, and so you have to battle for it. So, and I fail because the internet is a great time suck, but I'm still battling. I'm trying hard to guard my creativity. I try to go to museums. I try to listen to music so that I'm feeding my creative soul and walks it outside. And that all should be done without the internet. Now, I'm not one of these. I love it. As I said, it's very addictive to me. So I'm not one of these types that shun it, but I have to guard it because it will suck the creativity right out of me. And that's not faithful being to the vocation if I let that happen. So I fight for it. I fail and fight. But I'm trying.
As somebody who once made the foolish decision to try to be cool in high school and took up smoking and then quit smoking, I can assure you that quitting Twitter is so much harder than quitting smoking
Really?
cigarettes for cake compared to not even tweeting, just reading Twitter and scrolling through Facebook and seeing what everybody's opinion is on the world.
Yeah, it's so hard. And then you start your day off, totally discombobulated by all the hashtags, these terrible hashtags that throw you off. That's what I'm saying by guarding your creative soul and your space. I really try not to start the day with Twitter and close the day with. If I close the day with Twitter, then I'm doomed because I'm depressed. All night long when your creative brain is working, the last thing you look at before you fall to sleep should be something that is life-giving and hopeful. I have a book of, I have my some books on my nightstand, poetry and other things that I try to end the day with. The very last thing that you feed yourself with spiritually, intellectually, that's going to be all night long. Your subconscious mind is going to chew on that. So you want to give it something really healthy. And Twitter is not that thing for sure. So that's why I don't take my phone down, because I know that I will look at it. And I just have to keep the phone out of the bedroom and keep the book there. I have a candle. I do it all. I have this little routine to get myself detoxed from all the stress of the day. And it doesn't involve any screens. So I would recommend that highly if that's something I think Twitter is fun. It's playtime for me, but it's not something I can stay a long time there because it does get you down. It definitely gets you down.
Good tip. No, I've read it right before bed, and it's a terrible idea. I need to never do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Take a book of good poetry. Like I know Garrison Keillor's on the down list now, but he's a book. He has an anthology called Good Poems for Hard Times. And I love poetry anthologies like that. So you just take it down and just read a poem or read a psalm or something like that that will get you through the night, and your mind can wake up fresh and creative. We got to guard that well. The well is where our stories come out of, right? And we got to guard that well. Guard that well.
Why? We've got to call it. I'm looking at the time, and I'm abusing it. I did want to quickly confess because this is a discussion that comes up frequently on the show. I think I've decided that for myself, I am an art purist. So if your art is good, I can enjoy it separate of whoever created it. So like I still have fond memories of watching the Cosby Show. I thought it was great at the time. And I do care what happened in real life, but that is separate from my sacred enjoyment of the Cosby Show as a child in the 80s. And so on. So Garrison Keillor, whatever he did in his personal life, I'm still going to enjoy like Wobegon. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad though that you're like that, because if you look, if if you loved Rickshaw Girl, let's say, and then you saw what my life was really like, you'd be like, ew, I'm not, if you were, because none of us really hold up, right? When we look at, we really look at our lives and all the things that we do and say and think. And if our readers were judging us by our lives, well, I think we would all fall short of the heroes that we create. And then we look at our lives so thankfully there's a little bit of distance between our readers and us still, because I think all of them would be devastated and disappointed by all of us, because none of us creatives are what I think they would adulate. They want to adulate, but none of us are worthy of that adulation, right? We're all broken and flawed, and that's how it goes. Sorry to say,
Over
readers.
60 drafts for a limited amount of time. I can give you a really great vision, and you can read that, and it's great. But don't you follow me around. You're going to hope to see something exciting, because I've written some exciting books, and what you're going to see is me sitting and reading, me sitting and playing a video game while I listen to a book. Is that going to be exciting?
I know. That's the thing. Exactly. We want to be all noble and like these diligent creatives that are having this amazing life of creating stories, but actually we're just all a bunch of procrastinators that are spending hours on Twitter and trying not to. That's us. Stick to our characters. They're better than us.
If I could have lived that life, I wouldn't have needed to write about a protagonist that did it.
That's right. Our characters are all better than me. Stick to them.